So today we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the new Alien Earth series. We're going to talk about what is happening with War of the Worlds. Brooks is gonna talk me through some of that stuff, and as well as potentially the Sekiro anime and some controversy going around in there. But to start, we're going to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yes, and to celebrate coming back.
And to celebrate coming back.
I want to get your live reaction to the Grommet mug.
Go.
What do you think about the Grommet mug? How he stares into your soul?
That's amazing.
Dude, yeah, I'm sipping.
How big is his nose?
I'm sipping, okay, for reference, here's a fist. It's literally as big as my fist.
That's a chunky mug, dude.
And I'm sucking his brain juice. So we're sucking his
some brain juice.
His brown brain juice with almond milk from his brain.
You're sucking out his soul. Pause. Speaking of which, K-pop Demon Hunter. Dude, it's so good. We got to talk about this. Yeah. It's like the #1 movie right now, the number one songs right now, and I'm going to talk about some of that stuff, which I think is really interesting. You said you started to watch it and you got a little bit of the ways through it. I want to hear your initial reaction.
So I watched some of it. I have seen a song from the movie. I have seen a little bit of the beginning. I want to give you.
You got through the first song, right, with them in the airplane.
That's when they drop out of the airplane.
Yeah.
I've only seen them like dropping out. So I watched a video about it just to kind of get caught up to speed with what it was.
Yeah.
And the person that made the video, if I could find the video, I'll link it in the description. But they made a great point. So you remember when Elio came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people were like, okay, Elio it's a Disney Pixar joint. It's like an original story.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, if you don't see this, you're not a fan of animation, or generally the talking point was, if you don't go see Elio, which is an original idea,
you don't like new media.
Yeah, you don't like original stories, you don't like newer animation, and don't get mad when they release another remake of something. And at the beginning of that, I was like, okay, that makes sense because Elio is an original idea.
Sure. Yeah.
And they came out with it, and it wasn't a remake. They were trying to do something, and it was cool. And the movie looks great. I haven't seen it personally, but it looks great. Then K-pop Demon Hunter comes out and totally debunks that.
Well, and also K-pop Demon Hunter comes out with zero marketing. Yeah. That's the crazy part. So
no theatrical release, no marketing.
Essentially ghost dropped on Netflix and was just like, yeah, here's this thing made by the people who did Across and Into the Spider-Verse in the same style.
And what's funny about Elio is that the person in the video describes it as finding themselves among aliens. And you've got Avatar, you've got Lilo and Stitch, you've got Home. I think that was a movie. So you've got a E.T. Like this has been done before. So while it is an original take on that story, it's not exactly the most original idea. So and they blame the fan.
Apparently Elio is just Luca, which is a movie that they've also already made.
Right.
But with aliens instead of sea monsters.
Luca was the sea monster one. But
it was really good.
People are blaming the backlash and the lack of, or not backlash. People are blaming the lack of viewership, to my knowledge, on the fans for not going to see it when K-pop Demon Hunter absolutely tanks it just throws that take out the window.
Yeah, 100%. Whoops its butt. No, okay, so it immediately went to #1. My story with this is actually a very interesting because, as you know, I have a 4-year-old, and this journey has started way before K-pop Demon Hunter actually came out, which I believe it came out in like July, I want to say, maybe June, July, something like that. I have the technology to find that out. It came out on August 23rd was the other date that it came out. I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it came out over the summer. Prior to the summer, my 4-year-old son got really into the Baby Shark's big movie, which also came out, I think, either last year or this year. And fun fact about Baby Shark's big movie is that a lot of the music, some of the music is done by a K-pop group called Enhypen.
Ooh, cool.
And it's really, really good. The music bangs. It's actually a very good soundtrack. So he's listened to the soundtrack a lot. And then I knew of the K-pop group Stray Kids from just being generally musically aware and paying attention to like trends and TikTok and stuff. So I kind of listened to them a little bit and just, kind of very vaguely heard their music. And I was like, oh, Micah, you like Enhypen, let's let you listen to Stray Kids. And he loves Stray Kids now. And so he's been on a K-pop binge since like May. Probably May, since we started going to the pool at my mom's house again for the summer. And dude, this movie came out and he was locked the heck in, bro. He was so locked in. He was like, oh, K-pop Demon Hunter, let's go. So we've been all K-popped out. I was prepared for this. Whenever this came out, I was ready.
That's cool.
And what's hilarious is there's some really good stories kind of happening alongside this movie that I want to kind of highlight that I think are really interesting.
Also,
so,
what's up, Eli, in the chat?
yeah,
What's up,
before
man?
we get into that, what's up, Eli? How you doing? We're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters and everything that's kind of surrounding that right now, but we got some other good movie takes coming up as well.
Right,
we're kind of excited about. So, interesting storylines that are happening. Brooks, you may not know a lot of this, and I think this will actually give you a newfound respect for as you watch all of it. So the three girls all have voice actors and singers, so they're different people. What was that?
Oh, sorry, my dad was just, he popped his head in, and I was like,
oh, okay.
yeah, we have somebody coming to work on some stuff outside,
gotcha.
so he was just, sorry, continue.
You're good. So we have three, obviously the three girls each have three what's the word I'm trying to say? Three voice actors and three singers. The singers being separate from the voice actors, all three of the singers are like ex K-pop potential people.
Oh, that's like, I get it, and it's also like sad that they didn't make it into the industry, but maybe they didn't want to.
Well, so no, they've all tried to make it into the industry. And it was like a situation where, like, specifically the girl who sings Rumi, the girl with the purple hair, her part was, a Korean American. Went and did the whole, like, they have like camps for these things where they try to, like, K-pop idol camps where they like try to get picked to be brought into a group and like be established into one of the big groups or whatever. When they're making new groups, the labels kind of, all the big K-pop labels kind of run all that stuff. And she did that a bunch when she was age appropriate to go do that stuff, which is generally like super young, like 16 to 20. Right. And she aged out before she got picked.
Oh my, that's awful.
It's very sad.
Good heavens! I don't know why I said it that way,
but now she has two songs bigger than any other K-pop group.
I love a story like that
now, dude. It's crazy.
That's great.
She also co-wrote on a lot of the songs, from what I can tell on the credits. At least all the songs that the girls sing, she co-wrote a lot of them. And like, so has writing credits and production credits on top of all that, which is really, really dope. So yeah, dude, it's really cool. Also, Sungwon Cho, Sungwon. Do you know Sungwon?
Yeah, Prod Z.
Yeah, Prod Z. He's one of the guys.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've been following him for a long time, for like a decade now.
He voice acts the guy Abby, who's got all the abs and
That's
stuff.
cool. I mean, I've been following that guy since Vine. So
yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah.
He's so funny, man. I love his
great.
YouTube channel. He's such a dork. But so there's one fun thing. The next fun thing on top of that, leading into, the more of the music side, talking about her being successful is right now, I think as of yesterday, they have 4 songs in the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh my God.
4 songs. Hold on, I'm going to look it up right now.
That's insane. Just from a movie?
Yep. All right, hold on. I got to all right, so we have number 2 spot Golden, number 4 spot Your Idol, and number 10 spot Soda Pop.
Nice.
And I think that might be it. For some reason, I thought there was another one too, and maybe it got bumped. But they definitely have 3, which is crazy. So they have 3 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 right now, as of this week. So
That's
Golden
awesome.
at number 2, Your Idol, which is one of the guys' songs, at number 4, and Soda Pop at number 10.
You know what? You know what's crazy to me?
Oh, and then their other song, How It's Done, is number 14.
Wow. So all that to say, isn't it crazy how when you like have a good idea and you're passionate about it and you make something good for the sake of making good art,
Yeah.
it succeeds. And then when people try to be, there's nothing really wrong, I guess, with safe movies, but that's been a trend for like the last a decade or so.
Yeah. Making really safe movies. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is not a safe movie. Like
No.
from like them pitching it to being like broad family audiences, but having demon in the name.
I was going to say that because so you and I, we grew up evangelical.
Yeah,
So not to get into that too much, but I want to make a point that like I could see certain families being like, well, it's got demon in the name, so we can't let our kids watch it.
It's got K-pop, which is inherently un-American, which is like from an American audience perspective, difficult to just grasp with, because K-pop as a genre here is not like massively successful yet. I mean, it's big, but it's not like, obviously it's not competing with mainstream pop acts.
Of
here.
course. Yeah.
But then on top of that, you have something that feels very foreign already in K-pop, but then Demon Hunter, it's like, oh, it's got demon in the name. Oh, that's very like something you just don't really do for a kids movie or like, you know, a family friendly, what would be considered a general audience movie.
So it's almost like it's designed to be anti-American consumed.
Yeah.
And it still is whooping
worked.
ass.
It was so
Like,
good that it
that's
worked anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's yeah, dude, it's really, really good. So we'll probably off stream, because Brooks hasn't finished Brooks hasn't finished all of the movie yet. I think off stream we're going to have Brooks react to a couple songs, which I think will be really fun. But we don't want to get the stream demonetized.
Oh yeah. So also Eli makes a good point. He said, I don't think that everything that's quality succeeds. He gave the example of like Moby Dick when it came out. Like it was kind of like it was like basically criticized and laughed at. Now it's like
it's one of the greatest selling books of all time.
It's a classic, and I do agree with that. I would say, generally speaking, things do, but sometimes they don't. Like sometimes things of quality, they're like ahead of their time, or they're just not appreciated in the current culture. So it does happen. I would say from my perspective of like, especially in the movie, in the film industry, how do I articulate this? The last decade has been just a lot of safe, predictable, like
or
almost
reboots.
almost like focus group oriented content, and it has at like generally at best broke even, at worst like lost a ton of money. So I do agree. It's like a yes and like not everything of quality does get recognized when it comes out. And the principle of it, of like, if you make, I mean, I still firmly believe in this. Like a Moby Dick eventually got its audience.
Sure.
So if you make good art, or if you create something great, even just good, people will come. People will notice. People will like it, even if it's not immediate.
I think somewhat, but I also think that it's got to meet I think it's twofold. I don't disagree with you on that. I
Yeah,
agree
it's
with
like
you.
yes and.
It's got to be that, and also it's got to hit at the appropriate time.
I agree.
If
Timing is
K-pop
huge.
Demon Hunters comes out 3 years ago, it's not working.
I completely agree.
But I think because K-pop Demon Hunters comes out right now in a time where like the big film is kind of not doing that great in my
Right,
opinion.
yeah.
The superhero movies are dying off. We talked about that before.
Mhm. Also, Eli, you're not crapping on our point. You're opening a window for a conversation,
It's
which
definitely
is
like opening
you're
the
right.
exposition on the point. You're not wrong at all, Eli.
No.
Yeah, and it's definitely like big movies are kind of not doing great right now in the broader sense. Obviously, you're having standouts like Weapons and Sinners, and that's really in the horror genre, actually. So, which is also another interesting thing to see, like the
Horror's
horror
eating
genre
right now.
having. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute.
Is
But
it Weapons or Windows?
Weapons,
Okay.
it's the ones with the kids running in the T pose.
Shout out to Ryan Love who's calling me. I'm not answering.
No, that's fine. So there's that, but it's also
Weapons,
like yeah. So, but it's
Okay,
also like on top of that, K-pop Demon Hunters is such a left field thing of like music and all that. It's also not Sony's major, like Sony Animated Pictures. It's not their forte. Because they've mainly done like Hotel Transylvania, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and those are like the big ones. And Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs, but like none of those have anything to do with really like music.
Right.
This is the first one where they've integrated music, and it's been
like Spider-Verse
received
kind
this
of
well.
like Spider-Verse kind of sort of had a music thing because like Sunflower
the
is huge.
soundtrack was amazing.
But it wasn't. Yeah, so it was kind of like creaking the door open to be like, hey, music is a big component of what we're trying to do.
It wasn't a ingrained part of the movie.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
With K-pop Demon Hunters, like there's a reason that they are a group. There's like the reason that they are Demon Hunters and the reason that they sing are intertwined.
Right. I got you.
Which you got
sense.
that far into the movie. You got the explanation of the lore part. You got that far. So yeah, dude, it's so good. I can't wait for you to not only finish the movie because I think the movie is really, really good. And I'll save my criticism because I have some criticisms of the movie. Actually, I'll go ahead and tell you. I have a couple criticisms of the movie, which is not bad. And it's nothing's perfect. We criticize Superman for some reasons as well.
Yeah.
So. Which I think is close to a perfect recent superhero movie that I've seen in a long time.
And depending on how we've structured this, we probably will get into that. Or
potentially. Potentially, yeah. Because I want to. That'll be like definitely on the chopping block though. Superhero movie stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But I think K-pop Demon Hunters is fantastic, and I think everybody agrees it's a great movie. And it suffers actually from the same problem that I view Superman with, is that I wish it was longer. I wish it was longer. I wish it had more character development in it. You really, in K-pop Demon Hunter, only get the Rumi, the purple-haired hunter. You only get her story. Really. The other two girls are very much like side characters, and they feel very much like side characters. And you don't get as much lore. It's really just like the story that they're trying to tell is really tight on the story that they're trying to tell. You don't get a lot of exposition on like external things that are going on.
Right. So you wished that it was longer to where they could kind of like dissect a few more things and kind of get
I
into.
wish they had more time to explore their relationships. I wish it had a little bit more time to explore their relationship with their mentor lady, who was her mom's friend. And I wish that there was some more exposition on like her and the love interests like relationship. That part feels really fast. I don't disagree with it because it did need to be quick, but and I will also say this: it has come out since all of this has kind of started that they made 9 hours of a movie, cut it down to 3 hours of what they were planning on releasing, and Netflix said no, it's a general audience movie. It needs to be an hour and a half.
Oh yeah,
Which from like I get But that also means there's another entire movie that they had to cut
Right.
out that with more stuff. So give us the director's cut is what I'm saying. Give us
Dude,
the
yeah,
director's
so
cut.
two things I'll say to that. First of all, hello Chloe, what's up? And Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific are effing awesome. Hell yeah, completely agree.
Oh yeah.
I think now that this is successful, you think maybe they could develop like a short form series based on this?
So they've already been greenlit for 2 more movies.
Oh, well, that's great then.
Yeah, I think it's
Awesome.
going to be a trilogy. So
That's
I think
cool.
they've already been greenlit for 2 more movies. They're already working on writing the second one
Dude,
and like
that could be like-
storyboarding it.
That could be like the next like Kung Fu Panda, where it's
That's
like
what I'm really hoping it is like because I don't think Sony's had their like big thing. Like DreamWorks has Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon
and Shrek.
and Shrek.
Mhm.
And if you want to keep Shrek, like the Puss in Boots trilogy is also like incredible.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of those movies I have to catch up on. Like, what was that? The latest Puss in Boots that was like really
The Last Wish, bro, the combat
Mm-hmm.
scenes in The Last Wish are like anime level incredible.
Yeah, I've heard that movie was phenomenal.
Yeah. So I think that, they've had theirs, and then obviously Disney has had their like run of really great trilogies and series and stuff.
Yeah.
It would be really cool. Sony has had the Spider-Verse films, but they've only had 2, so that one's not complete yet. And we're really hoping that like the third one crushes and is
Yeah.
like a statement piece for them. And
of
then
course.
if this one becomes Netflix's first like big animated, in combination with Sony's animated pictures, becomes their big like animated big trilogy, especially with all the music. Like if we just keep getting good music like the first one has, I will not be mad. I will not be mad at it.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, I think that's great. I'm glad that this exists. I'm probably gonna watch it today. I have a full schedule for today. I'll probably watch it at the gym, to be honest.
Dude, yeah. Especially
so-
you said you got like 20-ish minutes into it. You'll probably be like
Yeah,
burn through the rest
yeah.
of it. It's such a good, it's
I'll
such
watch
an easy
it while
watch.
I'm on the treadmill at the gym, and then yeah, that's nice. I got most of the work for the week done yesterday, so now
Nice.
I have it'll be free this week. So
Heck yeah.
So K-pop Demon Hunter is definitely on my list. I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad that it is doing well.
Dude,
so let's transition into something that is
Yeah.
not
Also-
doing well.
well, okay. Do you want to do that, or do you want to do something that is doing well first to get into space stuff?
Let's do that. Let's
talk about the keep it on the positive because we're
Yeah.
gonna get negative near at the end.
Oh, we will.
We're gonna get negative near at the end. Let's move over to another show that is doing really, really well right now and getting a lot of praise for a lot
Mm-hmm.
of different reasons. Alien Earth.
Fantastic so far.
So
Emily and I have been watching it.
You're
Yeah.
watching it regularly. I've only seen clips and I've only seen the trailers and stuff.
I think-
However, I have a lot of other friends that are into movies and TV like that.
Right.
And one specific guy named Christian who's like obsessed with the
Yeah,
aliens and
sorry, I'm
Predator.
moving around a lot. I got a lot of things to tweak, but yeah,
No.
it's awesome.
My buddy Christian is like super into the Alien and Predator universe in general, and he is very pumped about how good this Alien Earth stuff is.
So I
Give me the 30,000 foot view on it.
okay. So do you care if I tell a little bit about the plot and kind of what it's all about?
I want to know what it's about
Okay,
because
so-
I don't have very much clue outside of a little bit of trailer work.
Okay, so Alien Earth, it takes place on Earth, but it's like a futuristic Earth. To my knowledge, I could be wrong. It's right before the events of the first Alien.
Okay.
So what happened? The whole purpose of the movie is there's like cyborgs, there's synthetics, and there's humans. Cyborgs are like fully. Well, there's like robots, and then cyborgs, and then synthetics, and then humans. So robots are self-explanatory. Robot. A cyborg is like a completely, it's like a robotic human kind of thing, but it's like all technology, right? A synthetic is what the movie is about. It's like a human cyborg hybrid. So they take the minds of children who are like either terminally ill or just kids, and they put their minds into adult synthetic bodies, and they're like the main cast. And then you've got the humans who are, well, you've got like Wayland Yutani, and you've got Prodigy. Wayland, if anybody knows anything about the Alien universe, the Wayland Corporation, like the world's ruled by corporations.
Yeah.
Wayland Yutani, pretty corrupt, not so great. Prodigy is run by this like young genius, and he has his own faction of whatever. And
Is that Timothy Oliphant's character?
no, Timothy Oliphant is one of the he's one of the
Synthetics.
I think he's a synthetic, if not a cyborg. I can't remember, to
He
be
looks
honest.
really good with blonde hair.
Timothy Oliphant is great in this movie. I think he has gray hair in this.
It looks blonde in like one of these shots.
Yeah, I can't remember, but
It could be
Timothy
the light.
Oliphant's great. So, what this show revolves around is the concept of putting the mind of a child into the body of like a human person. Now, synthetics, they can't, like, they could be damaged, but they don't feel pain. To my
Okay.
knowledge, they can be like, offed,
Sure.
but and they could be damaged.
Sure.
They don't really feel pain. So there's a theme of Peter Pan, and they're all named after the Lost Boys. And the first
dude,
one's named,
that's pretty cool.
and the
though.
first one's named Wendy. So like the first
the girl,
the
main girl. That's
yeah, and the girl has like an illness, I believe, and so they put the mind of that girl into the synthetic, and she's no longer ill, and she'll basically live forever as a synthetic unless they're like
dude.
put out of commission. So it's pretty
That's
cool.
a great premise.
It's awesome. And like, dude, I'm a huge enjoyer of like, you and I both love world building.
Oh, yeah,
World building
100%.
is very important to you and I. It expands on the world in a really cool way because we've never really seen Earth in the Alien universe.
Yeah,
to
it's
my
always,
knowledge.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I think we've
yeah,
only
there's-
been in space
there's
and other
some-
planets.
Yeah, there's some aliens that I'm not aware of that I haven't seen, like the Alien versus Predators, and there's like Alien Resurrection and all that.
Yeah, I got to remember where Alien. I think Alien versus Predator always takes
It's on a
place
different
on
planet,
like
I
a
think.
different planet. Yeah.
Yeah, but the concept is really cool. I think one of my favorite things about this is the set design and the practical effects. This show looks great.
So
This
that's
show
what I
looks
was going to say.
awesome.
It's getting a lot of praise for its practical effects use and practical suit use and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the way it
unbelievable.
looks. It's probably one of the best looking practical budgets
Right.
for like a TV show.
And Emily and I saw Alien Romulus like last year, I believe, and we like
Dude,
that. Not everybody likes
the
that.
practicals for that was crazy. With
Yeah,
the
that's-
dude's like giant, like the giant tall guy. His practical was crazy.
Yeah, so like not everybody likes Alien Romulus. We enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. I have to watch it again in context with the things that I've seen
Sure.
now. I just need to do a full Alien binge. I actually have the trilogy on Blu-ray
nice.
at the house. So, but so far there's some of it's a little bit of a slow burn when it comes to the story, but I mean it's a series, so you're gonna have like the first 2 episodes are pretty intense, and then like episode 4 at the date of doing the podcast is not out yet, I think. But episode 3 is kind of a slow burn, but you're just kind of like being gently led into the next part. But it does a
Gotcha.
great job of building suspense. Dude, there are some shots. Okay, so this is a not really a spoiler, but you and I, we appreciate filmmaking. They have really creative shots in this show.
yeah.
So for example, they have a shot where they're transferring the minds of the children into the synthetics. And like the way the camera works, it looks like all one fluid shot, but like they swap places, like the kids on the table, and then the table like covers the camera, and then it pans up, and then they're the human. But it looks like one fluid continuous shot. And I was like, oh,
Dang.
there's a lot of really good filmmaking.
It's like Severance level, like camera work, like great
which
directing.
that's a show I need to get on to.
Yeah, great directing. Great directing.
That and
work.
Murderbots.
Dude, Murderbots is so good. If you
Right.
if you like alien stuff and you like good sci-fi, but it's more comedy,
Mm-hmm.
Murderbots is where it's at, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, but overall, Alien Earth, I have enjoyed it so far.
Nice.
Like I'm sure there are like some people, to my knowledge, have complained that they don't make the best decisions or whatever. I didn't, like, you know, in horror movies sometimes people don't, or horror anything, people don't make the best decisions, like and they'll do stupid things and they end up getting themselves hurt or killed.
Sure.
I didn't really pick up on that. Maybe I'm just stupid, but like I was too busy being impressed by everything else to really notice anything that was like weird or flawed. Like the acting is great, the effects are great, the cinematography is great, the world building's interesting, the concept is really cool. I'm on board. Like I love it so far.
Nice.
So I don't really have any complaints. If you like Alien and sci-fi and that franchise, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. A lot of people that are into that genre, space, sci-fi, horror stuff, have been all really, really loving it. And I don't know. I think Romulus seemed to do pretty well as far as I can tell. I know a lot of people liked it. A lot of critics liked it. So I don't know.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. There's some like callbacks that people weren't too keen on. I enjoyed it, but you and I are pretty simple to, like, easy to please people, and so okay, now we can transition. It takes something really bad for us to be oh my,
it takes something awful.
Let me crack my knuckles.
Something awful. Let's stay in the sci-fi alien-y type universe, but let's go to what I think Brooks might actually have taken the cake away. I don't know if it's away from the room or not as far as how bad a movie can be. It might be that bad. It might be worse.
I can assure you it is worse than people are saying it is. First of all, it's hard to compare bad movies to The Room because The Room is such a anomaly of a film. It is so bizarre in the fact that it was made and just put out into the world, and what it is, it's so uniquely like bad, but it's like Tommy Wiseau is like, no, this is great. It's kind of like Neil Breen, where if you've seen any Neil Breen film at all, like Neil Breen is convinced that what he's doing is awesome.
Yeah.
and then he made Fateful Findings. So if you've never seen Fateful Findings, please watch it. That's a great jumping off point for Neil Breen stuff. But anyway, that being said, War of the Worlds
2025.
Yeah, so War of the Worlds 2025 is one of the worst pieces of garbage I've ever seen. It is feces from a bottom. It is awful. It is, where do I even begin? I'm going to make a video about this. I'm going to do a Let's Talk About where I just kind of hit the points on my channel. But I'll just give you the rundown. It is one of the most unnatural movies I've ever seen. Nothing about it works. So okay, did you ever see that movie
well, apparently it's apparently a COVID era movie, so that they shelved for a really long time for some reason, and
weird.
then just decided
it's probably some money laundering tax write-off, because it is like there's no way that this could be.
No, it straight up is. Did you see how many Amazon product placements were in?
I'll get to that. So
it was so bad.
Are you aware of the movie Unfriended?
I don't think so.
So Unfriended is a movie that was shot, or it was made forever ago. I don't remember when, maybe like a decade-ish ago. And it's a horror.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I've seen pictures of this.
It's a horror movie, but it's all based on like a Skype call, and they don't know what's haunting them, and they don't know what's there. Like, I think the idea is ambitious, but the execution is so awful. I don't know how you feel about this, but one thing after I watched this movie, news articles, just presenting news at all in film and TV, in whatever, in that medium, is extremely difficult to make look natural, if that makes sense. Because like you see headlines, or you'll see people that's like, the building exploded today and this is bad, this is awful. It's like, it can be done well in some movies, but like, or shows or whatever, but it's like, generally speaking, you know that it's fake. It's like when you see people playing instruments in movies and you know they're not playing. It drives me drives me crazy. I know why, but it still drives me crazy because we're musicians, so we get that. But that plus, like, I hate the style of this style. I hate it, where it's like, hey, let's do everything from the point of view of you're looking at your computer, or you're
It just
looking
feels
at
really boring.
You're looking at a screen of like your
Conference call.
yeah, because like that's not what the UI would be, and it's like
Yeah.
they get some things right, but it feels so unnatural and awful and jarring, and it's just like they're just making stuff up for the convenience of what they're trying to show you.
Yeah.
I think it looks awful. It's super tacky. It's bad. The editing is bad. Like they have, okay, so how we're doing this call right now, it's going to be choppy. It's going to be a little blurry. We're going to have some we might have some dips and like frame rate and stuff like that.
Sure.
But imagine this call. We had perfect quality cameras.
Everything.
And it just cuts randomly inside of the shot.
The call. Yeah.
Yeah, to where it's supposed to look jumpy, but it's like it's like perfect quality, so it doesn't make sense. Why is there a jump cut inside of like you wouldn't see a jump cut in here
No.
of perfect quality? It bothers me so bad. It doesn't make any sense.
There's literally filters that make it look like a call that take like 2 seconds to throw on some
It's
footage.
awful. It's like
Yeah.
if something looks bad, like they just put on like a digital like messy filter
Yeah.
thing, and it looks awful. To my knowledge, they used, if it is true that they used actual footage of disasters to replicate something instead of just making it for the film and making it like fake, that's horrible.
Yeah. God.
Like that's awful. I don't I can't confirm that 100%, but I'm that's just what people are talking
Ice
about.
Cube's just trying to get his bag,
Okay.
dude.
Ice Cube,
He's
which
so
is
bad.
which is dumb because like he's already a millionaire.
He's got so much money. He's
Yeah.
got more money than we'll probably ever see in our lifetimes.
Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna look up Ice Cube net worth. His net worth is about 160 million. The dude does not need to be in War of the Worlds 2025, the Amazon production, which, you know, what's funny is like, I was so distracted by everything bad about this movie that I forgot it was an Amazon Prime video production. There's so many. I'm just going to tell you this because I don't care about spoiling this. There's a scene in the movie where the guy, okay, so Ice Cube's daughter is dating a guy and he works
Yeah.
for Amazon.
He's an Amazon delivery driver or whatever.
And
yeah.
there's a scene where they have to deliver a thumb drive to Ice Cube to upload a virus to kill everything. And he's like, "Don't worry, I can do this. Like, I'm an Amazon drone pilot. They trained us for months." And then it gets knocked over, and it just so happens to fall next to a homeless person. And they're like, "Okay, we got to hack into this guy's phone." And he's like, "Do you think he has a phone?" And Ice Cube goes, "Everybody's got a phone," which is like really disrespectful to people who are
That's
experiencing
really-
homelessness.
I was about to say
But
that
he-
is extremely disrespectful.
he just has-
Also, that man got paid between $3 and $5 million for that movie.
Oh God. And then so they hack into this guy's phone and text him and say, "Hey, could you please flip this drone over?" And he's like, "What?" Like, if that happened to me, it wouldn't happen in time. You would lose. You would fail.
No, I would throw my phone out. I'd be like, "What the heck is
What is
happening?"
this?
Delete.
Like, you'd be so freaked out.
Delete message.
And then, you know how they convince this guy to do it? They say, "Give him $1,000 Amazon gift card," and it works. And he's like, "Okay, I have $1,000 to spend on Amazon, so let me go flip this drone over." It's the Ice Cube's reactions are so funny. Like,
Dude, the
was you.
we've been training on these drones.
dude, it was crazy.
It's the delivery system of the future. It's
Dude,
so
it's
freaking
awful,
stupid,
dude.
bro.
So Ice Cube's reactions are the funniest thing. Like, and I mean, it takes talent to be this unnatural of a person.
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
Okay, so
When he
there's
finds out his son is the guy
he
or
goes,
whatever.
"It was you. It was you, man. It was you.
Yeah.
Tell me it was you." And I was like, "Oh my God, dude! Like, how do you react in such an unnatural way? Like, I think you and I could be in a movie and act more natural than this." But
I've been in movies before.
yeah. So
Like,
like,
pretty
you
decently
know,
budgeted ones.
You
Yeah.
know what it's like to kind of be like natural. Oh, there's two that really got me. there's one where this woman is showing him like these really off. I mean, these are like significant storms that are happening, and he's like, "Nah, we just watch people. I'm not concerned about that." But the footage she shows him is like these like deadly looking storms.
Yeah.
And she sends it to him once, and he like brushes it off, and he sends it to him the second time, and she's like, "The storms are getting worse. Check this out." And then it shows this big storm, and like the lightning is like superimposed like over the tree, and it looks bad. He goes, "Oh." It's just, he goes, "Oh," like it's like the most unnatural thing. And then he's trying to save his daughter, right?
Yeah. Dude, he hacks a Tesla.
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's so dumb.
So
like
stupid,
it's awful.
dude.
It's like, I guess
my
just
God.
because the writers will it, you can hack anything,
Dude, so the guy that I was watching, hold on, let me find. I want to
So
shout
look
this
for
guy
that, and
out.
I'll explain this reaction that he
yeah.
has.
Go for it.
And like, he's coming to like save his daughter because she gets injured somehow, and he's like, "It's like, don't worry." It's like, "Don't worry, I got it." And he goes, he like gets up and runs. He goes, "Here I come."
Oh God!
I'm just like, the way
So-
he said it is so priceless.
Shout out Dan Morell on YouTube. He used to do the Screen Rant stuff, and now I think he's got his own
Ooh,
channel.
I've heard. Yeah, I think I've watched Screen Rant before.
Yeah, so Screen Rant does a lot of good stuff, but I think he used to be there, and now he's got his own channel. But he did a really good deep dive of like, let me just tell you about how bad this is, show you pieces of the movie so you don't have to watch it. It is god awful, and he basically was like, the level of big brotheriness that he has access to
Yeah.
would make the real government just blush. Like it's awful.
Yeah, and the plot of the movie. So again, this is spoilers, but it doesn't matter. This is ass.
This is the worst movie in the world. You should not go watch it.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen, I think, and that's saying a lot. Like, but it is the worst movie I've ever seen. So the plot of this movie. So get this. So Ice Cube, he's like a anti-terrorist, like whatever. Like
Yeah,
that's
he's
his
Homeland
job.
Security. He's Homeland
Basically,
Security.
he works at wherever. I forgot the name of the place, but it's like a whatever. So he works for the government, right? And he has all the ability to look at anything in any files or anything that he wants. The conflict of the movie is the government is hiding secrets from him, and he doesn't know about it.
And also, he also just straight up uses the first section of the movie to like spy on his pregnant daughter and like tell her that she's not eating enough protein, and like hacks her fridge and like tells her she's like gets mad at her for eating a muffin, fully disregarding a call from the head of national security to tell his daughter that he's mad at her for eating a muffin. It's crazy.
Yeah, he literally said, "A muffin? What you eat? Why you eat a muffin?" Because
Yeah.
she's pregnant, and he's like, "A hard-boiled egg right over there." And I'm like, why is it a hard? Like,
Why?
don't come after us, dude. Like, don't drag me into this, Ice Cube. Don't drag the rounds into this.
The balls don't need any more.
Leave
They
me
can't
out.
take it.
Leave me out of your fucking cash grab, Ice Cube.
Gee, dude, there were some names in that movie too, actually.
The funniest thing. So Agent Coulson is like the villain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you Eva Longoria is just randomly in this, and I'm like, whatever. But the most interesting one is, let me pull up his name. So the guy that plays the president is actually he's very famous for doing impressions, and he does impressions of like George Bush, and he just so happens to be the president.
That's so funny. Did he do a George Bush impression? I didn't see that part.
His name is Jim Meskimen. If you saw his face, you'd recognize him. But he is he's known for how good of an impressionist he is. And he does, I think he does impressions of like George Bush.
Presidents and stuff.
Let's see.
That's really funny.
George Bush. So yeah, he has a whole thing where it's like how to do George W. Bush in 3 steps.
Oh, so he's like teaching people how to do impressions.
He's
so
popular
funny.
for his impressions, and he plays the president.
That's so funny.
There's one line in the movie that's really funny too. There's just so much crap in this movie, but like there's one line in the movie where it's like the president's in a secure location, and then they get him on a Zoom call.
He's
just,
in the Oval Office.
He's just in the Oval Office, and I was like,
it's like, what are you talking about?
What are you
What
doing?
are we doing? What are we doing? We learned that from Independence Day.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, there's windows there.
Yeah.
Oh, everything about it is bad, and it's like it's only funny to see once, you know. Like Ice Cube, he's like Ice Cube will like hit one of the like he'll somehow orchestrate something where he hits a alien thing with a missile, and he's like, got him, touchdown. They have a that was easy button, and that hasn't been a thing. He's like, boom, got him. That was easy. And there's another thing where he's like, it's a war. It's like the president, the one line he really has that's significant.
Oh, it's the
he's
title.
Like, he title drops it in the, we're calling this a war of the worlds. And Ice Cube goes like this. He goes like, yeah. But when he does that, the score of the movie goes ding. And it's like a bell ring, like a gong. It's like bong. And I'm like, that is horrible. I've had to pause the movie, and I was out loud. I was like, that was horrible. Everything about that was bad.
Did Emily watch this with you?
No, I wouldn't put her through that.
Good man.
Yeah, because I had to brave this one alone.
I was about to say this thing has a run time of an hour and a half.
Oh, it was doo-doo water. It was absolute dog mess. I hated everything about it. It's just the style's bad, the editing's bad, the acting is bad, the writing is bad, just everything about it is 0 out of 10. It's entertaining like once, but everything about it is bad.
The gift card is crazy, dude. That part is just insane. All the Amazon product placement stuff is just crazy to me.
And I think there was something to do. I could be wrong about this, but Amazon having like some sort of data breach or security breach or whatever, and they're implementing
dude. He mentions people's shopping carts like 7,000 times.
Oh yeah, he's like, we shouldn't be doing this to spy on people's Amazon carts, and I'm like, this is a very pro Amazon movie.
Yeah,
like they're like, dude, Amazon, peak,
better than the government.
Peak Amazon.
Amazon is better than the government, is what
Jeff
I learned
Bezos
from that movie.
is our god.
Yeah, that's what I learned from that movie.
It's
yeah, that's so bad.
That's really all I have to say about it. You don't have to see it. It is the worst movie. So before that, the worst movie I had ever seen was Sausage Party. I hated it.
Oh, Seth Rogen. Yeah.
But I saw it when I was younger, so I'd have to see it again to see what I really think about it.
It seemed pretty dumb.
I hated it when I saw it the first time, but I was also a lot younger. So if I'm not saying that Sausage Party is a cinematic masterpiece, I'm just saying I would have to watch it again to really understand. But now this takes the cake for worst movie I've ever seen. It is as bad, if not worse, than what people are saying about it. And if
you think it's bad, it's worse than what you're. If you imagine the worst movie that you've ever seen in your entire life, this will probably beat that movie.
It is absolute buns, and not in a good way.
I don't think you can. I don't think you could imagine a worse movie.
No.
Let's just watch Larry Boy.
Oh yeah.
Let's just watch Larry Boy.
It took me a second, but
Larry Boy's Peak. Let's watch that.
So I guess
talking about aliens. But the last thing that I want to talk about something with a little bit of controversy around it.
Ooh, fun.
Is apparently for all of you from soft nerds like Brooks, they're working on a Sekiro anime of some kind, which I have not seen, and I think right now we're gonna pull it up and we're gonna check out the trailer, and then Brooks wants to talk about some stuff.
I do want to talk about it because I think it's super interesting.
This does look a little funky.
That monkey's about to get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was pretty dope. Whoa.
Yeah. That's wild.
I don't know the story of Sekiro very well.
I'm pretty familiar with it. So, oh god, it's been a while since I generally avoid Sekiro because it's my least
Hard.
favorite FromSoft game. It's
also hard as
an
crap.
amazing game. It's so well designed. It's just the learning curve is like that. So
The learning curve
I'm-
is
I'm-
a flat-faced mountain.
I'm generally really bad at games, so I am bad at Sekiro. I've played a lot of it, but I'm bad at it. So all that to say, the story is like, so it starts where the game starts, where the main guy is trying to rescue this boy, and this boy has the power to like grant immortality
That's
or
crazy.
something like that. And then Genichiro, which is the guy that we saw fighting him, cuts off his arm, passes out, wakes up with the prosthetic, and then pretty much has to just save the day.
Has to find the kid all over again and stuff.
So I actually like the way that this looks. I love the way that the colors are. They're a lot flatter. There's not as many shadows or whatever there are.
It looks very like watercolory.
Yeah,
which
it's
is kind of
it's
cool.
bright, it's vibrant. It pleases my eyeballs, and some people don't like it. I actually really like the way it looks.
Yeah, it reminds me of something else. Keep talking. I'm gonna try to look up what it reminds me of.
So I like the emphasis on the violence because Sekiro is a pretty violent game, and it is, I guess, paying homage to like the I forgot what they're called, like the death strike or whatever they're called, where it's like you weaken an enemy and then you go in for the kill. I like that because sometimes you can jump on them in the game and then you like stab them or like slit their throat or whatever. That's cool. You don't really get too much from this trailer. I mean, it shows the monkey, which that's one of the bosses, the main bosses in the game. But it's like it's based on the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil kind of concept. But you have to kill those monkeys in specific ways, like a puzzle boss. So that shows up. But there's also like I think that's going to be in the show. I'm personally excited for it. And I was excited for it because I don't know if I texted you immediately about it or whatever, but
Yeah. Let me real quick before we move on to the next point. I want to show you what it reminds me of, which is a Miyazaki film called The Tale of Princess Kaguya. This is what it reminds me of, which is like very hand drawn.
yeah. Wow, that looks great.
This is kind of the vibe that I expect it to. Yeah, just what it reminds me of. As far as the art style goes, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're doing their own thing. But that's kind of what I have first thought.
Right. So everybody was hyped for this.
Sure.
And very quickly after this, people were like, they're using AI. They have to be using AI.
What was the
And-
reasoning for that?
Just based on the way that it looks, and I want to make sure I'm right about this, but the company that is making this, that company is supposed to be putting out an anime production that is 60% AI. So there's actually a short that I want to send you this and we can play it.
Yeah.
There's a short. So I'm going to send you this and we'll watch this.
Yep.
And this is a pretty good summation of everything that's going on. So shout out to Totally Not Mark. He's a pretty big anime creator. So we could watch this, and this kind of gives a pretty good rundown of everything that's happening. And I'm inclined to believe this.
The internet spent about 3 seconds being excited before immediately turning against it. first glance, it seemed rather valid. It's from a fresh studio called Kujira, which is an extremely lame tech bro shithole that wants to push AI to the forefront of creation. They've made NFT anime in the past, and they're currently screaming from the rooftops about their 2026 anime that's going to be 60% AI.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
This, Sekiro is not that. Not even a little bit. Literal years before their shitty tech swerve, when Kujira was but a tadpole of a studio, Sekiro began production. Comprised of a team of independent freelancers, this production is artist-driven.
That's the best part.
Mhm.
Not find AI-generated animation anywhere in it. At the helm is Kenichi Kutsuna, an animator so prolific that his approach to animating lightning became an industry-wide trend.
That's cool.
On character designs,
Yeah.
is Takahiro Shida, most famous for his Haikyuu and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5's design
Oh,
work.
wow.
Yeah,
And my action director is Takashi Mukoda, for goodness sake. A legendary star.
there's a lot of
whose work
talent behind this.
Yeah, that's
you
some
may have heard of,
crazy.
like Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, and Space Dandy. Everything in that trailer is the exact same hand-drawn, idiosyncratic genius that these guys have been producing for years. It is not AI.
Yeah.
These guys have been drawing in this style before computers
That's
were even a thought in the
crazy.
production process.
Mhm.
They have zero interest in what this company has become, and you do not have to worry about this show. And lo and behold, between me writing this script and sitting down to edit, the studio has come
Yeah,
out
they
with a
just
confirming there is
they
zero
confirmed
generative AI used in
Yeah.
the making of this show. On one hand, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But on the other, it's also kind of funny that their dumb push for AI has made them have to do this at
That's
all.
the problem.
So while it doesn't apply to Sekiro, do be sure to tell that studio to go fuck itself when they do drop that anime next year.
Yeah, so
that's basically everything in a nutshell that's going on.
that makes sense. That makes sense. It does make sense why people were like backlashing against it straight out the gate when they saw what studio was being made. But like my initial reaction was not this has to be AI.
I know. I
My
thought the same
my
thing.
initial reaction was like, oh my gosh. Look at all that hand. It reminds me of Miyazaki like
Mhm.
style artist, and that's why Princess Kaguya is the one that I like immediately clicked into my head of like the art style.
Right. So there's a lot of talent behind this.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing that rings out the most to me is independent freelancers. Because
Mhm.
of course, if it doesn't look like a One Piece production, because One Piece
Sure.
is, I mean, you know better than I do that One Piece is immaculately produced.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
It has its faults, but for sure, like for
Yeah.
the production level, for the pace that they're trying to keep, it's pretty nuts. But even looking at something like Jujutsu Kaisen or Solo Leveling or the things that like those things that have
Right.
come out in recent years,
so yeah,
this looks so drastically different from anything like that. Even when we're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, the animation for that is very different
mhm.
from anything, but it is still more of the current meta.
Yeah, and like I think it looked good. Like I love the way that the colors pop. It's a very bright and colorful production, and like I love color in media. I love seeing color, and like if it's like Dark Souls 3 where people did complain about Dark Souls 3 being too dark and too washed
Yeah.
out, but it's supposed to be. It's thematic
Mhm.
because the world's coming to an end. Everything is covered in ash. It's supposed to be muted. It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 and Elden Ring are incredibly colorful games. Bloodborne is a very dark, muted game because of the setting and where it takes place. And
Yeah.
even then, there's still colors in that game, you know? So I love,
Sekiro, the game looks really bright.
oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really bright.
it's
Like it's
very
a lot
vibrant.
It's a lot of daytime stuff.
Yeah, it is extremely vibrant and colorful and a beautiful game to look at. Like it's so well made. So that being said, I love the way that this looks. I think the animation I think it's good. Like I don't really have
It looks cool.
I
I'm
don't
very
have a
pumped for
qualm
it.
with it. It's almost like to my eyes looks like 30 FPS, but it's like a stylistic choice. It's not like, oh, we're crapping out and oh, we're cheaping out on the
Sure.
and again, independent freelancers. So these are just people that are choosing to do this willingly for the sake of the art. They're not like, oh, well, we're going to hire you at this production company to do like, I mean,
AI
you know what I
art
mean?
stuff. Well, and it looks like they got hired before the company shifted its gear towards that anyway.
It's like, yes, but they're not working on something like, again, One Piece is a great example because
well, I mean, dude, some of the stuff, the people he was naming are like
they're legends.
massive. They're
Yeah.
like the Kill la Kill fight sequences are, and Gurren Lagann fight sequences are like some of the best in anime broadly.
Yeah.
And then like the character design in Haikyuu is like really, really great. And it's actually one of the best parts of Haikyuu is like how different everybody looks
The
and
JoJo
feels.
thing is what really got me because like part 5, if you're familiar with it, the character models are so detailed. Like
Mhm.
JoJo part 4 to part 5 is a huge contrast because
Yeah, it's a big jump.
JoJo Part 4, it is very colorful and bright and vibrant. Diamond is Unbreakable is the whatever, and it's stylistically done that way. And but like the jump to Part 5, it's I mean it's still an anime, it's still animated, but
Sure.
it's a lot grittier and there's a push towards realism with the shading and with because I mean you saw on his ear and like the way that it went in and like the
Folds and stuff.
the lines on the faces, it makes it more gritty and it's so well made. I love it. And like, I trust that this is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to
Yeah.
be so cool to see.
I'm really pumped about seeing this actually come out.
Yeah.
And hopefully the internet will pump its brakes and calm down a little bit.
Yeah. And trust me, like, I understand, like, I don't know who said it, but like, this is a good way to look at AI. This is how I see it is like when AI, oh God, I don't want to misquote it, but how did he say it? It's like when AI replaces the soul,
Mhm.
then you've gone too far.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think AI is inherently bad. I watched your Micropod episode about this too. So I don't remember what y'all's takes were on it, but like AI is a great tool.
Mhm.
If it replaces the art rather than like adding to it or if it takes away the soul of the
Yeah.
creator, then it's bad.
It should be an enhancer, not a replacer.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I think the thing I mentioned on that episode you were talking about a micropod that we mentioned where I struggle with how some of those models are being trained, whether that's ethical or not.
Yeah. We've talked about that before. That is a
because-
scary thing.
Yeah. So I'm unsure about how that gets. I don't know enough about the process to
Mhm.
know whether that's like positive or negative or what to think about it.
Yeah.
I know the music side I disagree with, generally speaking.
Of course.
Because the way that they're going about it, though it is not actually illegal, feels very taking advantage of people in a way.
Well, I think like AI. Sorry.
And maybe the art side is very similarly. I'm just not in tune with that world as much.
So I generally, if I see like, God bless them, I love Tears for Fears, and they
Sure.
had like, I think they dropped like some music, and they had like an AI generated piece of
Album
art for
artwork.
that, and like
Mhm.
I don't mess with that. Like I think
No.
that's awful and bad.
Pay somebody to
Yeah,
pay somebody
yeah.
to do your artwork.
Yeah, and I think that's not great. I also think, oh man, I want to really double check because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Joel Houston had a solo project and he made AI art for. Okay,
I don't know.
Houston AI artwork.
I have friends that have used AI to generate an idea and then gone back and edited that original generated idea to be exactly what they want, and they've given it to designers, and designers have broken it down and remade it into something that makes sense. But like, I don't know of very many people just straight printing something artistry and
Oh,
putting it
I
out,
think so.
but-
It's called AMXN Radio unveils debut album, and it's like a Joel Houston from that's
Hillsong.
Hillsong, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's, And I think
there.
there was AI generated art
Weird.
for that.
Strange. Well, yeah, I mean, this to circle back to this specific Sekiro anime conversation, I obviously, to my eye, it doesn't look like it. Even if the studio has a lot to do with that world. My eye just doesn't see what they're doing as that at all. And from the people that they have behind it are very anti that AI movement. So I would just put it on making sure the artists are the ones taking control and keeping that standard there.
Yeah,
throughout the anime.
I agree. It's like if you have the means to pay someone to do it,
Especially at that level.
yeah, then like, please do that.
Yeah. Well, so that being said, Brooks, are you pumped about a Sekiro anime?
Me personally, I am very excited for this because, again, I don't remember like the I guess
The story itself.
yeah, like the super intimate and intricate details of that story. All I remember is basically Wolf saves the boy. Immortality is what they're fighting for, and they're trying to preserve it. And there's different endings, and you've got Owl, who is his dad, who has malicious intent towards him and stuff like that. And there's time travel in the thing where you go back into memories, like you pray at the Buddha statues, you go back in time and you do stuff, and it's there's a lot of moving parts. There's a dragon that you get a tear from. And so yeah, I'm totally excited about that.
Yeah, to me, Sekiro specifically is a game that I would love to play, but if I'm being very honest to myself, I will probably never play, and I definitely will never beat because it's so daggum hard.
Yeah, I'll probably never beat it myself.
And
too.
so I love that this is a way that everyone can still experience the story and then decide if they want to go play it or not.
Right. Okay, so I did want to, just for the sake of correct information,
Yes.
allegedly, and I think it's right, AMX and Radio does have AI generated art to allegedly help visualize the project's unique soundscapes and themes,
Oh,
which
okay.
is,
So,
I still think it's dumb,
whatever.
but whatever.
Yeah,
So I
whatever.
just wanted
Get
to
outta
make
here.
sure that was corrected. So
Yeah. No, you were correct on that. Ghost, what's up?
Oh, hey, Ghost. What's up? Oh, I guess
We just on here yapping.
Oh, dude, as usual. I honestly, I really am excited to make this episode in particular, but also let's just kind of like bookend this
Yeah.
podcast with the growth of the channel.
Yeah, dude, it's been super cool to see all of these new people. We had a video that we posted, what was it, like a week or two ago?
I think it was like a month. We can
It
double
may
check.
have been it may have been a month ago. I couldn't remember which one came first. I know that one happened, and then the
Yeah, the Chit video was a month ago.
yeah. So like
Both of them were a month ago. Wow, we really took a month break.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We kind of took the summer off.
Yeah.
Ghost has been really good. And like talking about the channel, it's been really interesting. That Chit video just took off in the last like week.
Yeah.
For us, took off for our channel,
So
for
that's
our
why-
small like 130 person channel or
Yeah,
whatever.
I'll-
We jumped from like 99 subscribers to 125 in like a week, which is
Yeah.
super cool. So,
And I was wondering why that video it showed up on Instagram. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. This is a funny thing. And then you told me about it today, and I was like,
that's why I
oh,
posted it, because I never posted that one to
Smart man.
Instagram.
smart man.
Whenever I saw that it hit and did really well, I was like, I have a short for that one I need to post. And so
That's
that
awesome.
one, it just really cemented that one.
Right. So I
Like 7K for that video is amazing for our channel.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's like it's like I don't know the math, but it's like from 130 almost sub channel to get 8,000 views, you're passing that sub to view ratio. You're blowing
It's
it out of the water.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and it's definitely, I think, the biggest thing we've done on the YouTube side of things.
Right.
The biggest thing we've done, bar none, is a reaction video that we did to that
Kingmakers.
video, Kingmakers, and I think that one did like 10 million or something
That's
on
awesome.
Instagram.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that one was great. And so what I've been doing is I've been trying to hop on the TikTok train, which I didn't do for a long time. And it was like
Your stuff?
yeah. Well, yes. And so I wanted to post some of my stuff. I'm going to be recycling some old like Demon Souls and Dark Souls clips
Yeah.
for that. and just anything else that I've done. There's one Bloodborne clip that I have that I want to do a short on because it was really funny, just a reaction. But anyway, I've been uploading our old shorts to TikTok, and they've been getting like, they get like 1,000 to 4,000 views, and my TikTok is like not algorithm built. It's just been existing, and then for a long time, and all of a sudden, boom,
It's just been floating.
yeah. So I to my knowledge, the algorithm hates that, and they limit hashtags. You can only use 5 hashtags now for TikTok.
I just stopped putting hashtags on TikTok.
That's brave. I won't do that, but I
just want to
respect
see. I just want to try it just to see what happens. Why not?
I
right?
will say that this is really funny, and I do want to mention this. I might even make a short about it. Why do people crap on our very accepted opinions?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, Brooks. I'm pissed about this. Let's talk about it. We make a video crapping on the new Pokemon and how it looks awful, and we're like, this is terrible. Why does it look bad like on the Switch, and then the Switch 2 comes out and it still looks bad, and we're mad about it, and we're just like livid about how the character design looks, how the world looks, the walk around looks terrible, the UI looks bad, and like we're just giving it the business. We put that out there, and like probably our second most viewed thing, because everybody was commenting, just hating on us, calling us like Pokemon haters.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And like say it, like just glazing Pokemon like crazy.
It's unbelievable because like one trend I've noticed is like, because we're technically smaller creators. Yeah, like we're smaller creators. One thing I've noticed, I don't know how any new creator is supposed to get off the ground now. Either like our takes are just that bad, or like people are assholes.
Well, so then you found a video who said the exact, I'm talking point for point, the exact same thing that we said. And what was it say? What were the comments on that
Everybody was glazing the dude. Everyone was like, I wish I could find it. I think it was just on Instagram, but like I sent it to you, I believe. So I could pull it up. But yeah, everybody was like, yeah, dude, you're right. You're so cool. This is awesome. I agree. It looks like crap. And I'm like, we said that. Why?
And people were like, it's so good to hear somebody's talking out against Nintendo and Pokemon and all this stuff. And it's like, hey, we've been doing that.
Dude, we've been saying that. We've been saying that it looks like crap. We've been complaining that they're not putting effort into the highest grossing just franchise of all time on the entire space rock that we occupy.
Most expensive, most money-making IP.
It's
like bar none.
They have the most resources, and yet like the idea of that capitalism type coded beat where it's like maximum effort or no that's
minimum effort,
that's
profits.
not what it is. Maximum profit, minimum effort is ruining things. It's ruining so many things, but this especially because they have the resources, they have the ability to do it. They just put insane, to my knowledge, this is how it works. They put these insane deadlines on these developers and these creators that are like unreasonable for a Pokemon game because they have to do the jump from 2D to 3D. I don't know how they did it. And
the fact that the game even exists is amazing.
From Gen 5 to Gen 6, the jump to like full 3D for the Pokemon when they had to make all the models and stuff under these like really strict time constraints. I don't know how they did it. If they just gave them like another year, just give them time to make something great, you could.
I think that's why most people are like giving Sword and Shield a pass for the kind of.
Yeah, I still hate them, but
I know you hate it. But like I know you hate it, but you still give it a pass on like it doesn't look great, but also like I understand that you were working under a time constraint.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
And you were shifting from 2D / 3D because they had like I think the game before that, the era before that was like the 3DS, and it was like the half and half kind of look.
Yeah.
2 full 3D character models, like high res character models, but then like we just sat there, and that's kind of been it.
Yeah,
we've just been there the whole time.
I hate Sword and Shield from a gameplay perspective and a quality of life perspective.
Sure, I get
more
that.
than anything.
There's a lot of the fact that they don't have voice acting makes me cringe.
It looks really bad, but also I can it's not the developers' fault. It's the CEOs and the people at the top that are dictating all of these like things outside of a developer's control. I think that's like a pretty common sentiment with like bad video games. It's like most of the time it's not the developers, but it's not the grunts. It's not like the people who are, you know, doing the soundtrack or doing the visual art or doing like the coding or whatever. It's not the people that do that. And like, I don't understand game design fully, but I'm confident to say that it is the people at the top that dictate how these games are made. And because they have terrible ideas, terrible takes, terrible vision, it bleeds down into that. And then when the product comes out, they're like, well, why didn't this perform? It's because it's ass, and it's the CEOs and the those guys' fault.
The suit's fault.
Yes, the suit's fault, not the developers.
Yeah, agreed. I also want to say that apparently we aren't the only ones figuring out that it's tough being small and new. Obviously, I know a lot of people figure that out, but Ludwig did something recently that I thought was really, really funny. He did a challenge to see how long it took him to get one new concurrent viewer on a live stream.
Wow.
5 hours he was live talking to himself with no one. I'm talking 0 people coming in to chat.
Wow.
Like he had lurkers, but nobody would chat. Like the person had to come in and like chat. And he spent 5 hours on a brand new like channel, and no one.
That's crazy.
No one showed up.
So
Dude, it was crazy.
Here's one thing I'll say. I don't understand how new and up and coming creators are even supposed to attempt to do this, because
specifically streamers as well.
Right.
Like that world is just fully just crazy.
So I have 2 series on my channel. I have Let's Talk About, and then I'll do like vlogs every now and then. Hold on. Let me articulate this better. I have 3 types of content on my channel, I believe. I actually don't remember. Let me look. I want to.
You can look.
I want to start this over because I want to get this right. I want to get a good take for the short because I definitely want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 types of content on my channel that get absolutely dunked on sometimes. It's the Let's Talk About, which is a very surface level conversation about something that I either like or don't like, and I do vlogs from time to time. I haven't done one recently. I used to do them last year. Both of those types of videos, when they got some sort of traction, people started commenting on these videos, and they were like super negative for like no reason. I've had one guy ask, is this satire? Like, am I joking? I'm like, no. And they accuse me of not knowing what I'm talking about. Which, of course, like my recall is not the best. I'm going to get some details wrong, but it's not. I think that's what people don't understand, and then they get mad about, because it's not supposed to be like a video essay type thing. It's just literally a surface level conversation. And then I did a vlog talking about something just from my own experience and perspective. And people were like, wow, like, I think somebody said that I was like immature about something or whatever. And I was like, dude. So the point is, how are new creators supposed to do this when people see small creators and dunk on them? When like we talked about Pokemon stuff and we were critical towards it, we get dunked on. But as long as somebody has enough of a viewer base, they agree with it. But you don't agree with the smaller creator.
I think he was like 10 or 20K subs or something like that.
Yeah, it was on Instagram, so I don't remember off the top of my head. But the thing
10
is,
or 20K
if like somebody with a huge, like if Penguin Zero, if Charlie were to be like, hey, Pokemon looks dumb and bad, people are like, oh yeah, it is. We agree with you. But if you're a smaller creator like us, I don't know. Do people feel more bold and people feel more confident in their L takes to where they just show up and they're just like, no, you're stupid, you're wrong, you're bad?
I don't know.
It's something to think about because I don't know myself.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Charlie's done a video on like specifically the Pokemon thing, and probably has very similar to. I feel like he's had a very similar conversation about Bungie before, which that we also had a very similar take around the Nintendo conversation of like, hey guys, try harder.
Yeah,
you have money. Like, let's
yeah.
see that money go to work for us people who are buying your stuff.
Yeah, it's just really interesting to me. Like, I don't really have the answers for it, and I don't know like the psychology behind how that works or the logistics. I don't know, but I have noticed that like me being a smaller creator, if my take is even remotely not the popular one, even if it's like semi agreeing with it, like people are just
Sure.
like, no, this is bad, this is dumb, you're wrong. And I'm like, I just don't understand it personally. So
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think people just need to like give some smaller creators a chance. And that was a sentiment actually on Ludwig's video where he streamed 5 hours and like to basically said, I'm going to stream until I get one chatter. And it took him 5 hours to get one chatter on a brand new YouTube channel or page, or I don't remember if he was on Twitch or YouTube, but like he did an entire stream for 5 hours, got one chatter in 5 hours, and as soon as the chatter came, he ended the stream. And like half the comments in that video, I'll have to send it to you so you can watch it. Half the comments in that video are like, so are we going to start rating small streamers now? Like, is this going to be the meta? Like, are we going to start like combating this a little bit? Because like, it's cool for somebody like Ludwig to experience that as a dude who has millions and millions of subscribers and people know who he is and runs all this stuff. It's really cool to happen and for people to see that. But if no one does anything about it, it's worthless.
yeah, of course. Like,
So like it makes no point if you're not trying to fix the problem by people at the top being like, hey, this person's doing something really cool. Like paying attention to smaller creators and smaller streamers. Like if you're not doing things to combat the issue, then you're just also part of the problem.
yeah, it's rough. I don't know. Like, the cards are stacked against small creators.
Oh, for sure.
Like, dude, so I've actually been getting traction on some of my short form content and like my mid form content. Like my video on King of the Hill, it got like 1,000 views. And then I made a video about Smiling Friends. It's almost at 500 views. And that's lot
awesome.
for my small
you.
channel. I can't get past the 5,000 mark and I don't know why. Like, I guess I'm just not outputting. It's probably because I don't do anything relevant, and also I don't do it enough. So
Maybe
there's a lot of factors to it, but it's like I just want 5K and then I'll be happy. Like I don't know how.
Yeah, you're almost there, dude.
I know, and like I've noticed your channel keeps growing, which is
my channel
sick.
is slowly growing. I also don't post very consistently, and I'm also in a very different niche.
Of course.
So like my personal channel's music production, and so like I'm doing a lot of tips and like showcase videos and stuff. So which generally tends to be a little more evergreen.
Yeah.
And rather than, I mean, I guess somewhat evergreen.
Holy crap!
It just
Micropod
depends.
is at 266. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Micropod, and it's unfortunately it's become more topical too, which kind of sucks
Yeah.
because I don't want it to be, but it has to be. Like those are the things that do the best. Is
Yeah.
like the most topical on the
It's
current
true.
stream of consciousness things. Yeah, it does kind of suck. I don't like doing that
Right.
because that just forces you to be a lot more. It's not consistent. It just forces you to get on the hamster wheel of the grind of that. And it's really hard to take a break. Like you said, we took a month off from doing anything on the channel. Luckily, our other videos that we had in the backlog like started kicking and doing pretty good.
Mhm.
But like we haven't been able to put anything out in a month because we had work
Yeah,
and
we were
life
just-
and stuff.
Yeah, we're just doing stuff. So it makes it hard. But, you know, I think you should be able to take breaks and you should be allowed to stop when you need to stop.
I disagree. I did this in a Micropod episode. I combat against the idea that you have to be consistent.
Oh, I mean, you should be allowed to take breaks, not.
Oh, I understand. I'm agreeing with
okay.
you.
Sorry.
I combat the idea that, like, the general consensus idea that you have to upload every week. You have to be consistent.
I agree.
I fully disagree with that idea
Mhm.
because I see people post one video all the time after posting a bunch of very not good videos or very just okay videos. They just post one video that was really, really good and then it does well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or they have a really good take and it does well. Or our instance, for the short form that did really well on Instagram was that we talked about a game that looked interesting, had a very good reaction, and no one had been doing a reaction to that game before.
Yeah.
So it was like blue ocean. No one was there.
Mm-hmm.
And we just did the thing and it worked.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's toxic to think that I just have to keep putting out day after day after day after day. If you can sustain that model, if you have people working for you, or it can be done and you
Sure.
can get results from it. But I do agree that you don't necessarily have to, nor should you be expected to, because if you make good, like we said at the beginning of this podcast, if you make good stuff, people will eventually notice, and then you create a demand for it. And you go
Sure.
like 2 or 3 months without posting, and then you post it.
I think it also depends on what kind of stuff you're doing. I do want to like
Of course,
clarify
it's
that.
very nuanced, but like if you water it down to like a general idea,
Yes.
but it is very complex, and it's hard to
Yeah.
like. That's one thing that you can't really make it black and white unless you're trying
Yes.
to make a palatable
I just think
statement
it's,
about it.
I think it's very not healthy for people to think that consistency is the only way.
Yeah, I agree. It'll burn you out so bad.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had projects where I like it was doing well because of consistency, and I was like tanking. My mental health was just like, it was a rock bottom because of like just how strenuous it can be, and it's like, it's just kind of the nature of that, where it's like, if you do some, too much of a good thing that's a real thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Ghost says the consistency mindset was made in the early YouTube era where being new, everyone made stuff daily to get an audience, which is, yeah. Well, there was also the algorithm worked differently. The algorithm was
Yeah.
a time-based algorithm. It was recency and view-based algorithm. So it was the newest video with the most things were the things that you were going to see. Now you can get things surfaced I get stuff surfaced from 7 years ago, 15 years ago, all the time. And I'll watch that stuff.
Yeah,
I get videos served to me all the time that are 2 or 3 years old.
Over the last like 10 to 15 years, that's what killed the Let's Play genre. Because I used to be real big because people could post a video every day. You could have like a 40 to 60 part series of a video game, and then like you could post that every day. And if you're doing 2 games at the same time or whatever, or like Game Grumps blew up because of that.
Yeah.
And like they just had one video daily, 10 minutes, and it's like, oh, that's awesome. I want more. And then like it served that, but now that's not really a popular,
because you don't see things in order. You see things out of order.
yeah. And now I think we've both talked about how we went back and changed the title of the podcast video and all of our videos to where it doesn't have a number. It doesn't. We got rid of seasons. We got rid of numbers.
Yep.
It's like, hey, anybody can. It's. I call it like legacy content, but it's like you said, evergreen is a better thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like you could view this at any time, and it may have topical things in it from the time, but also you can enjoy what we have to say about it at any time. So it's
Sure.
like digestible. So that's kind of how
Sure.
we want to make things.
Yeah,
but-
for sure. Well, Brooks, this has been a good chat. I think we'll put a close on this one.
yeah.
Ghost, I do want to say I also miss those long Let's Play days.
I do
Early
too. I love them. I
PewDiePie.
still go back and watch stuff like that
Yeah.
from time to time.
One of my favorite things that I remembered was a PewDiePie Let's Play of Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh yeah, that's
It's so good.
so classic. I still love my Chugga Conroys and Nintendo Capri Suns, and like
Yeah.
that's what I grew up on. Those were
And I grew up on Red versus Blue, like
Mhm.
Let's Play comedy stuff. It was really funny. But yeah, no, I think let's start to wrap it up here. Brooks, you got any last words for the people?
I will be streaming again tonight for the first time in like 3 months. So that's cool. And I got multi-streaming to work. I'm going to try it on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube.
Heck
and I
yeah.
got like a chat aggregator thing. So I'm going to try, and I want to get back into that maybe like twice a week.
Mhm.
Once to twice
That'd
a
be
week
cool.
streaming, because I miss it. I love it. And I love the interaction between people, and I just love playing games. So who knows what you'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out streaming for myself.
Of course, it's hard. It's hard to find
Well,
time.
for me, it's like if I'm gonna do it, I want to have like a scheduled day that I do it.
Yeah, me too.
Rather than I'm streaming on a Wednesday. Oh, random Tuesday afternoon. Oh, Friday morning.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make it make sense. So, trying to do that. But yeah, hey, I'll hop into stream. I'll text everybody that you're. Especially like the Kick people
Sweet.
and the Twitch people.
I have a handful of games that I want to jump into. So tonight's stream, I'm going to be streaming a Link to the it's Link's Awakening, because I'm going to beat it on
Heck yeah.
stream. And I also like that there's one seashell that I'm missing, and I don't know where it is. So I'm going to do it in front of people to see if we can
Scour
figure it out. And if we
everything, yeah.
can't, I'm just going to call it and beat the game and move on to the next one.
Sure.
So that's kind of the gimmick of tonight's stream, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that would be cool. Sweet, dude. Well, hey, if you are listening to this after the fact, thank you so much for listening to the Things We Like podcast on the channel. We love you very much, and we appreciate you giving your ears and or eyes to this. If you want to listen to it without seeing our faces, we have it on audio platforms, on all the places, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast player you might use. We appreciate you and all that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe or follow on wherever you're checking this out. And yeah, we will make sure to see you again. Drop a comment if you are here and you saw it live. We appreciate you. We love you.
See ya.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.